They then talk about the big WCW buyout and the storyline with Shane McMahon buying WCW and the big simulcast on Raw and Nitro, which still to this day, we're nearly 20 years removed from this crazy night, and it doesn't get any less crazy for me when I go back and watch this. I mean, just the way WCW collapsed there at the end and then Vince McMahon is able to buy it. Holy fucking shit. So they showed that whole thing and Shane McMahon showing up on WCW and buying it from underneath his father. And at the time, they had planned to launch WCW. They were going to have a Nitro, I think, and do some WCW shows and basically relaunch the brand, but it never came to be. And it's unfortunate. I was really hoping that they would have restarted WCW and Shane McMahon might have been given a little side project. And it could have been his baby. It could have been the equivalent of what we see now with Triple H and NXT. So I'm always regretful that we never at least got to see WWE attempt to relaunch WCW. If I was a betting man, it would probably suck because it would be WCW, but only by initials only. It's really going to have WWE's fingerprints and the way they do things and their philosophy all over it, which could translate into a really shitty product. And that was proven, case in point, ECW, just a couple of years later when they tried to relaunch that brand. And it was, it was a bigger failure than the fucking XFL. So, in a lot of ways, I guess maybe it's good that we didn't put ourselves through that torture, but it would have been interesting to at least to see WWE try to relaunch the brand. They also talked about the big WrestleMania 17 match between Vince and Shane McMahon. They chronicled that whole thing. Linda McMahon was involved. Stephanie McMahon was involved. Trish Stratus was involved. That whole crazy clusterfuck of a match and everything going on there. And then Shane McMahon buying WCW just 6 days before on the go-home show was when WWE bought WCW. So imagine that. The buyout didn't even take place in the middle of the year or some off time or random time. It came 6 days before WrestleMania 17, one of the biggest and arguably one of the best WrestleManias they've ever done. So there was a lot going on during that time in 2001.